Sorry about that. I was talking to my brother-in-law. Hey, Megan. Tira, I'm so excited for you. I'm about to give an update on that. Hey, Regina. Morning or evening, Lonnie. I believe it's evening, isn't it? Isn't it nighttime, the nightfall, where you're at? Guess what? And by the way, does it sound like I'm peeing? I'll give it a couple of crickets. Does it sound like I'm urinating? Do you hear water or a dryer? Not the same machine, because this dog cat fountain is right next to my desk. And that's why I'm really excited to move. So I'll finally have an office separate, so it doesn't sound like I'm pissing every time I go live. Because it already sounds like I'm vomiting out of my mouth. Oh, you don't hear anything? Hey, here she goes. Oh, okay, you don't hear it? Okay, good. Plus the dryer's running and the air conditioning's going, and our fur family keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Beck Del Real. So if you see another cat running around in the background, long story, not telling it, there's another kitty here. And she's very sweet. Love you, bitch talks. Oh, there she is. Hey, bring her over here. Her name's Phoenix. Look at her eyes. Aren't her eyes cute? Say hi, Phoenix. Never have too many fur babies. Yeah, I know. But I mean, we haven't moved yet, so, you know, the walls are closing in on us. And I'm glad you don't hear it. But anyways, gather around. Okay, well, hold on a minute. Well, no, gather around because we have an update. Grab your caffeine or whatever. I'm drinking, it's hazelnut coffee. So the coffee beans are hazelnut. I also have French vanilla. Hey, something to talk about. Hey, Laverne. And then I have Snickers creamer in there. But it doesn't taste anything like Snickers. But it is really good when you mix the two. Kind of like when you mix crack cocaine with marijuana. Just kidding. I've never done that and I never want to.
That doesn't really do nothing.
But Head said it doesn't really do anything. Actually, I do have a story to go along with that, but it was about 20 years ago, and I'm not telling it because what happens in Thornton, Colorado stays in Thornton, Colorado. Gather around.
No, no chance. No, no dance. No, no chance. No, no dance. No, no chance. Give me second chances.
That's so cool!
I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! My
Oh, good morning, Kelly. Love you, Kelly. I always make a point to tell Kelly I love her because I do love her, but also it's kind of a cute thing we have between us because sometimes I don't see stuff and she always was like, I say I love you. You didn't see me? So I always make it a point to say, yes, I did, and I love you. Morning, Gulf Coast. Oh, I got a burp. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry about that. Wow. Should drink coffee more often. Hey, Tira, would you like to come up or do you just want me to say what's going on before I get started with my live stream? Because you guys, we do have an update from Tira Nicole. She, if you don't remember, she was the one who came on and me and Bitch Talks and Peach all encouraged her to do, to do a fundraiser because she's been homeless like for a month and then she moved in with the guy. He was a dick and then she moved into a hotel. I think she might still be there until today. Oh, she was, yeah, we bullied her into starting a fundraiser, which thank you Natasha Cooper for helping because she freaking helped a lot. Hey, Delaney. So anyways, okay, you want me to tell him, Tira? I just want to make sure. I think she said to go ahead and yeah, I see you, Rebel Soul. Good morning. Hey, Hendo. I just want to make sure it's okay to give the go ahead. Okay. Okay, she said, yes, please do. So thanks to you guys, she is moving into her apartment today. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that crazy? And you guys helped her tremendously. So thank you. So good for you. Isn't that awesome? So hearts for Tira. I do. Peach, did you hear the good news about Tira? Thanks to you and Bitch Talks and Natasha Cooper and everyone else. She's moving into her apartment today. And here's one of her moving men. He doesn't even know what's going on. He'll never know. He'll never know because he never watches the replays.
What?
Oh, nothing. How you doing today, butthead? You doing okay? Go ahead and turn around for me, just real quick. Quick check in the front. Just a
What are you doing?
You didn't see I was virtually assaulting you.
I can only imagine.
Oh yeah. You've been homeless too, Michelle, and it sucks. Yes, team effort. So congratulations, and I hope that it is a lasting blessing for you. That's continuous on and on and on, and we can't wait to see your videos and throughout the seasons of the years in the same place and being able to stay there, okay? Your body feels like it's on fire, Peach? You've been working out all the time. Peach is always posting her gym photos and all that stuff. Yeah, I love you, Tira. You deserve it. Regardless, I saw after we did those live streams, there were people like tagging you and then people I'd never heard of tagging me and stuff and just like, this person's a scammer and maybe Robbie doesn't know her history and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't care. When I care about somebody and they have something going on, if I can help, I will try to help. It's just, isn't that crazy? Even when somebody is like at the lowest part of their life on here, like homeless, people are still trying to knock them down. It's like, what else do you want? I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Whatever. Yeah, they said you set up like a fraud razor. And what's funny is one of the people, Tira, that made one of those videos, hey, boo-boo, kitty meow. One of the people that made those videos, they're like, this save Robbie, this idiot. And then he continued to say, well, I've never watched him. Well, then how would you know I'm an idiot or not? First of all, I am an idiot. But you don't know that I am or not if you've never watched me. What did you just say?
I'm leaving.
Get out of here. The hell out of here.
You are an idiot.
See, he confirmed that I'm an idiot. But he knows firsthand. Okay? Take it from an expert before you open your mouth. Let's be real, it's because they want the money. It's very possible. I don't know, but even if there was somebody on here that I didn't like and I saw that they were homeless and, you know, they got a place, I would like silently be rooting for them. Maybe not publicly because my pride gets in the way, but I would silently be rooting for them. Love you, Susan M. He's such a loser. He said he's coming for you and it's on Tira when he makes you cry. Oh, well, have fun with that. Have fun with that. But we did something good. So brava. Brava. Anyways, before we get started, I wanted to wake up your brain. And boy, do I have a creepy story for you too. Let's wake up your brain real fast, okay? And isn't it funny how we spend so much time, like, people spend so much time on other people, especially in a negative way. I don't know if you guys saw, and I'm sure she's coming to a frickin' city near you, and if she does, you will know it. Hey, love Black Gold. So review. Hey, so review, Robbie. Oh, save Robbie. I was like, what? Are you doing voice to text? Love Black Gold. I do that all the time. I was like, what are you're reviewing me? Good morning, Kat. Good morning, Rosaway. So Taylor Swift came to Denver over the weekend. She was here 2 days in a row, sold out, where the Broncos play in our huge stadium. Thank you, Love Black Gold. Love back to you. And it's crazy how the news was like, they were literally filming live, waiting for her to come out of her airplane for like 8 minutes. And she didn't even come out of the airplane. It was somebody else. And then I heard this song that Michael listens to that I really like. And it's a country song of like only talking to God when he needs a favor. And that is so true. Look at all the shit we focus our minds on. Literally watching a person waiting for them to come out of their airplane, treating them like they're God, right? That's the same thing people do on here. But then when we run into a problem in life, we're like, oh my God, God, where are you? And God's like, where the fuck are you? I don't see you coming to me unless you have a freaking problem, but I saw you waiting for Taylor Swift for 20 fucking minutes and she didn't even get out of the freaking airplane. I also saw you clipping somebody for like 2 hours, clipping videos together, watching somebody you don't even like. And I saw you sitting there clipping a video together. You took like 15 minutes to come up with a clever title and a hashtag so people see it. And then you dragged them. And then you went through the comments section with all the people that also don't like the person with you, and you communicated with them for like hours throughout the entire day. So that's where I've been. That's what God says. That's where I've been, watching you be a bitch. But I still love you. Where the fuck are you? So now I ask where I've been. I've been sitting on my ass causing thunderstorms and tidal waves and shit like that around the world, trying to make the crops grow from the tidal waves. And you've been talking mad shit. Oh, and now you need a favor because you're scared. Well, good. I'm glad you're scared. And you know what? That's why God does stuff like that to us, and allows us to have anxiety and shit, because it keeps us close to him. And then you have the people that are preaching the loudest about the Bible and all this kind of stuff. That's why I say either put the Bible into action or shut the fuck up. And that's why that day I did what I did with the Bible, because it's just words. If you're not applying them to your life, then it means shit. And especially if you're judging somebody using the Bible. Aaron said that Taylor Swift ruined their honeymoon. She came to town and all the things we wanted to do were now crowded by Swifties and sold out. Fucking crazy ass Swifties. I saw them all over downtown too, with stuff written all over their cars. Crazy people. Peach says, speaking of famous people, I watched Don't Worry, Darling last night. Really good. What is Don't Worry, Darling? I introduced Michael to the Night Stalker. You're watching Save Robbie. What do you think happened to Jamie Foxx? What did happen to Jamie Foxx? I don't know. I'm behind. God treated your whole soul, but now that it's all over, I appreciate amen to that. You appreciate the lessons. Isn't that awesome when you go through something really terrible and like when you come out of it and look back, you're like, God, if I wouldn't have gone through that, I wouldn't like be as blessed as I am right now. It's weird how things work out. But as long as you like stay close to God and don't go too far, just like it's like a guardrail or swimming in the deep end without a lifeguard. Like if you think you're going to swim in the deep end without needing God's help, like as a lifeguard, you're dead fucking wrong. Because, bitch, there's a lot of things that can happen in the deep end. There's a lot of things that can happen in the shallow end. You bitches, it says no diving, and you bitches dive in head fucking first. So yeah, even in the shallow end, you need God. So stop acting like you don't. And stop throwing the lifeguard in my face in the Bible, because I know who I'm doing. My husband. It says in the Bible I shouldn't do that sometimes. The Girl in the Basement on Netflix is so good, but definitely trigger warning for the movie. Oh no, I'm pretty picky. But there goes the new kitty. She's playing with Gizmo. Looking forward to the new song. Oh, Hendo, you guys have no idea. Okay, hold on. An update on now that we're over that talk. Update on my new song. So if you guys have heard Push Me Likein', the Sally Ann song, I heard something the other day. It was like Sally Ann and them were like bickering. And I just wanted to make something like peaceful to kind of make, okay, Kat, I hope you feel better. Peaceful to make people kind of laugh together. And so like it's not Push Me Like in 2, but it's a follow-up, and I am going to dress up as Sally Ann again. And I started making the song, and Michael was sitting over there doing schoolwork, and I had, because these are my studio headphones and microphone over here, it's on a different computer, and I was putting it together, and I was laughing. I've never laughed making a song before like that. I was laughing the entire time. So that's how I know it's going to be, hopefully you guys laugh too, because I think it's really funny. And the video, I got to come up with something really funny. So the song is almost done. But I've been laughing the entire time. It's awesome. You reckon that shady group you were added to was about that? Oh, well, I can assure everybody that this song is so everybody can have a laugh. It's not either or. It's not like mean. It's funny. It's really funny. Yeah, the kitties are fighting. Okay, so all right. So I wanted to ask you guys to warm up your little brains this morning before we get started. And don't cheat and Google. Who said this? Okay, Green Means Go will forever be your favorite. I don't know. This one has a really cool beat. I really like the beat, but it's super funny. Who said this? Okay, ready? And if you Google, I will know that you cheated. This person says, so who said this? Look, I'm a Bronx bitch with some pop hits. Used to pop off when they pop shit. But I'm calmed down and I'm locked in, and my records live in the top 10. Who said that? I like Green Means Go, but this one's currently my favorite. Probably because it's the current one I'm working on, but it's super fun. You know, she hates me. I had no choice last night but to not touch my phone. It was bad. Not all rooms get cleaned. Oh, you're talking about work? Peach says, I'm still annoyed. I was added to a group behind the scenes. Keep that away from me. And that was the name of the group, Behind the Scenes, right? Definitely a singer or a rapper. Oh, not J-Lo. Ooh, 2 people said J-Lo. No, it is not J-Lo. Good on the Bronx bitch, though. Good on the Bronx bitch. Look at the cat's tail. Having fun. It's really sad about this kitty, but hopefully she's happy now. I can't really tell the story, though. I don't want to. I can't. Just pray for cute kitty over here, because we love her and we want her to be happy. Literally named. No, it's not Doja Cat. Close. I like how you guys aren't Googling, though. I respect that. Or are you pretending you're not Googling? Are you pretending? The group was literally named Behind the Scenes. Woo! Becktown Real got it. Ready? Bronx bitch was a pop shit, was a pop off, a big pop shit, but I'm calmed down and I'm locked in, and my breakfast live in the top 10. Lizzo teach me about big girl coochie. Sue me. All the rumors are true, yeah. It's Cardi B and Lizzo. Lizzo! Good job, Becktown Real. Good job. Yeah, prayers for Kitty. She needs love. So we're giving it to her. Okay, so anyways, guys. So, also, the other day, my mother texted me. And she says, so you guys know that my parents moved to Kansas like years and years ago. So they sold the house that I grew up in from the time I was like, I think 4 years old. And then my parents moved out of that house like, 6-7 years ago, something like that. Hey, Valerie, welcome. So anyways, you guys remember the stories that I've told you on here of the ghosts that I saw growing up? Anyone remember that? Hit a 1. They were female ghosts, by the way. Keep that in mind when I tell you this, okay? Well, these ghosts that I saw, I remember very vividly as a child. And it actually happened I know this kind of sounds creepy, but it actually happened after me and my friends at school started playing light as a feather, stiff as a board, and it did work every single time we were floating and hovering. I remember that clearly, and you may think I'm crazy, but I'm not. And Mom said, come visit, right? No. No, Susan. You can't type on this iPad. Oh, it's fine. Okay, so some of you remember that. So my mom texted me, and she said that because our neighborhood, everyone knew each other and stuff, and she said, it's really weird. The person that moved into our home, the woman said she's been seeing or saw a little boy, like a ghost. And she asked my mom if we had ever seen it before. And I got chills when my mom told me, and I was like, oh my God, my mom's like, and remember all the experiences you said you saw stuff in there? And I was like, yeah, like it gave me chills because I remember the first time I saw a ghost in that home. That's why I'm so into ghosts, and I'm terrified of the dark. Like, I don't like to sleep in the dark, even with Michael, because in the dark as a kid is when I would see ghosts. And they really do, like, I can't explain it. They don't light up, glow, but it's like you can see them in the dark. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Almost like a glowworm, kind of. So I got in contact with this woman because I told one of my old neighbors, I was like, I would really love to talk to her about this. And so I told her about my experiences as a kid, seeing these spirits. And I was like, do you mind like telling me what the ghost looked like, what the boy looked like? And she said he looked like, I think, to be like 13 years old, and he had like a haircut. It looked kind of like a Justin Bieber haircut. She's like, maybe like 2019, 2000, I don't know, around that time. And I'm like, no. But when those homes were being built, I know that there was a little boy that drowned in one of the foundation basements up the street when the houses were being built, like way, way back in the day. So maybe that's who she's seeing. I don't know. But I found that to be really interesting. God, that was a mouthful. Now that I'm 22 minutes in, I can finally get to my topic. Okay? You don't know the story. Well, in a nutshell, I saw, like, the first time I saw a ghost when I was little was we were playing light as a feather, stiff as a board at school. And actually, I'm going to go into more detail. I don't think my mom knows this. She's going to get mad. Actually, I think she got mad at me because she found it under my bed. My friends at school were teaching me to like make a star with a circle around it and stuff. And it was like, we were really getting into like, I didn't know. I just thought it was cool, like, because we were floating at school, and we really were floating. I promise you, I was floating. I witnessed people float with light as a feather, stiff as a board. It worked. And so I was taking these stars with the circles home and stuff. And I think I do remember getting yelled at. My mom found it in my room or something, and that was like demonic or something. But that was around the time I started seeing these spirits. And the first was a little girl, and she was next to my bed going, when I shared a room with my brother. And I remember it was summer and it was hot. We didn't have air conditioning, and I kept pulling the covers over my head. And I was like, and each time I pulled the covers out, she was still there next to my bed. Like, I don't know if she was trying to tell me something, but it was creepy as shit. She actually really scared me. Hey, Lori. That's a nutshell. And I was sweating because it was summer. Hey, River Rat. The second time was when I had a different room. It was the room like in the front of the house upstairs. And this old woman, I woke up in the middle of the night. She was putting a cloth over my head, like she was taking care of me, like she was a nurse. And she'd walk to the back of the room, and she'd dip the cloth in this bowl that this other woman was holding in the back of the room. And she'd come up and dab it on my head. And finally, after a couple times doing that, I realized, like, it was the dark. She was a stranger, and who the hell was she, and what the hell was she doing? So I screamed for my parents. And then she disappeared. But that's long story short. But yeah, it was crazy, and that's what really got me into paranormal shit, because I've seen lots of stuff as a kid, and then growing up a few times. I experienced some really crazy stuff. Shot himself in your classroom? The door used to slam a lot. Peach says, I saw someone stare at me, but issue is you can never be sure if it was your brain making you think it was a person. See, I, like, you know, when you encounter somebody, even a physical person, and you remember your encounter with them, like, of course, you don't remember the full conversation, but you remember where you were, maybe what they were wearing and stuff. That's kind of the same way it is, too. It's weird. But anyways, that was a whole mouthful, okay? But I thought it would be... But by the way, did anybody see... What do you guys think of Zab Girl's apology? Anybody hear her apology? You believe in it, no doubt, but you're just scared of what I would react if I actually saw one. It's kind of the same as if you kind of just run into somebody in the fucking grocery store that you don't want to run into. Hey, GMD. Flana says, when I was little, did Ouija board with friends. Never again. When people on here want to do it, I say, please don't. You will regret it. Something not to mess with. Frighten me to death. Oh my God, the cat scared me. Now I'm getting scared. Oh, you did see it. Megan did not hear it. I think it comes across wrong. Mainly, it had a lot of buts. I think when apologies have a lot of buts, not like just cute butts, butts, I think that's just an explanation of, like, you know, I did this, but let me explain. Like, I think I'm not really into body language experts, or I think everybody's different. Everybody's an individual. And I already kind of, in my opinion, kind of formed the opinion that Zab Girl didn't do it to be mean or anything. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about Zab Girl sharing the autopsy photos of Gannon. And then Natasha kind of shared that video, and it was behind a paywall, and people got mad and upset, and they both kind of addressed it. Zab Girl was more on, like, saying I'm sorry and stuff, and Natasha was more like, yeah, I did it, and I meant no harm, and I'm not apologizing. It's like, I respect both, because both were, I mean, at least addressing it. At least they weren't cowardly at all, and they faced it, especially with all the backlash they were getting. Peach says, I mean, she kept making excuses instead of apologize. Sadly, if you do that a lot in an apology video, it doesn't come across like you mean it. Good point. Bitch Talk says it wasn't apologetic. It was excuses. Justifications, River Rat says. Jen in Jersey says, I've learned that if you really mean what you're apologizing for, do put a but after it. Oh, do not put a but after it. Made a one with my ex and his sister and her boyfriend. It really was interesting. Oh, hold on, GMD. Oh, you saw the apology. You don't think either did it for money, to be honest? I mean, I don't think that was the intention. I think they make money along with any topic that they talk about on here, really. Did you hear about the Long Island killer finally getting caught? No, I did not. But I've been hearing a lot of crazy stuff about the John Benet Ramsey stuff. That's a whole other story. Peach says, if you mean it, suck in your pride and just apologize. I agree about Natasha, but I don't know Zap Girl. Well, I think either way, when people have their mind set on something like, what you did was disgusting and nothing will ever make it better. I mean, at that point, people are telling you nothing's ever going to make it better, basically even an apology. So I don't think people are going to be satisfied either way. I know a lot of people have different opinions on it. I have my own opinion on it. For example, okay, I'm trying to think of a scenario. Imagine, okay, let's put you guys in their shoes. Now you're going to be like, I would never do something that disgusting. Don't put me in their shoes. First of all, shut your filthy fucking mouth. Shut your filthy fucking mouths. Right now. Now. And go along with the role playing or else. Understood, Hateful? Now, do as I say. Now, imagine I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm distraught about something. Now we're not going to make it as harsh, okay? I'm distraught that you were texting and I was in a parking lot and I'm your friend, okay? Well, we were friends. Woo. And your ass was on the phone in your car and I was just sitting parked in mine and it was a brand new car. And here comes you creeping in your fucking ghetto ass little fucking hoop-de-hoop. And I'm just chilling, sitting there, and I look up, and I'm like, oh my God, they're coming right for me. And here you come in the parking lot like this, going 15 miles an hour straight for me, and I'm like, honk, honk, trying to get your attention, and then boom! Ah! Ah! Oh! Help! Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! And then I come up to your window and I'm like, hey! Hey! Like, and no, you have your headphones in. You're not fucking listening to me. And then finally I fucking am like, hello! And you look over at me and I'm like, you just hit my fucking car! And then you're like, oh, sorry, I'm busy. Like, oh my God, I'll get to this later. I'm really busy. I'm so sorry. Here's my insurance. See you later. And I'm like, how about a fucking apology? That would have been nice. And then when you drive away, you get done with whatever the hell you're doing with on the phone. Finally, you come to, right? And you're like, okay, I'm going to make an apology. And here I am on the phone with your insurance and stuff going crazy. I'm like, what a fucking asshole. I just want an apology. And finally, you go on your Facebook and you do a video because you know I'm with you, or I can watch it, but I've already blocked your fucking ass because now I'm pissed and you didn't give a shit about me. And you make a public apology and you're like, you know, I'm really sorry, but I was on the phone and I had just lost my father. My father passed away. And so I was dealing with that. I was really upset. I didn't have time to talk. And I'm so sorry I left on my insurance. But I was going through this and I understand I should have been more careful. But I was distraught and I was dealing with other things. I really am sorry. But my mind wasn't in the right place. I'm really sorry, but I wasn't thinking clearly in the moment. I am sorry now. And then I'm going to sit here and be like, no, you're not. You're just sorry because I got in contact with your insurance and now I'm sleeping with your insurance agent. We had sex 4 times in 2 hours. They're giving me a real good fucking deal on getting a new car with you. So thank you for running into me and pounding my car because now my ass is getting pounded. Good. Win-win. Win-win. But you're not sorry. No, my dad didn't pass away, Susan. I'm saying in this scenario, okay? Peach says, I do see both sides of apology videos. One side won't be happy with an apology. The other will just be disappointed because of the buts. Yeah, and I mean, either way, that's why I don't apologize unless you fucking are sorry. That's what I say. And, you know, Natasha's, when she addressed this, she was honest about it. She's like, I did not do it to be mean, so I'm not sorry for that. And I didn't watch her entire thing, but people were like, oh my God, did you see how disgusting she is? Like, what the fuck do you guys want? Because look at Zab Girl's saying sorry, and you're saying, she's not sorry. Well, you don't fucking know that, first of all. Maybe if I was telling you and you slammed into my car and you're going through a tragedy, you're not fucking sorry, bitch. You're not sorry. Either whether you are or not, at least you said something and you addressed it finally. So that's what I'm saying. I know my scenario was a little, you know, over the top and not really the same situation, but, you know, just to give you the gist of it, put you in the shoes, in the role of saying sorry. And by the way, don't any of you have people that you need to apologize to in your life right now that you still fucking haven't? If you say no, you're fucking lying. I do. I have some people that that I probably need to apologize to, but I'm not ready to make nice. I'm not ready to back down. I'm still mad as hell and I won't have time to go around and round and around. Still late to make it right. Probably wouldn't if I could. Cause I'm mad as hell and I don't have time to do what it is you think I should. What it is you think I should. You bitches, hit a 1 if you have someone to apologize to right now. I love the Dixie Chicks. Oh, hey, kitty. I probably have like way more than a handful of people, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to apologize to them right now. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to do it. And I'm not even sorry, actually, so that's why I'm not saying sorry. Bitch Talks has some people to do 69 with. Wow. Lonnie is perfect. Tira is gathering stuff right now, and you're just singing your heart out. Hey, fool me once. It's better to have a real apology than I'm sorry, just to try to not to get canceled. Ooh. Do you think that's what's going on with Zap Girl? Is that what you're saying? You're trying to think, who do I need to apologize to? Susan? 0. Michelle is sweet. Ooh. You know that it says, like, there's a lot of people that preach the Bible on here, but they don't preach it the way that, like, they don't apply it to. I will never listen to somebody preaching to me if I see them not applying it to their life, or at least admitting, like, that they need help in some way, shape, or form, and they need the Bible, like, they need those words, and then if I don't see them using it, I'm like, well, it's pointless. I'm not going to fucking listen to you. You don't even know how to follow your own cookbook, okay? So if I want a recipe to work, I'm going to follow all the ingredients. Well, unless I'm allergic to some, like being a homosexual. I know it says get married and all that, but I'm married to a man. So I just flipped around the ingredients a little bit, but everything's going fine. Okay? Question. Hey, Tina and fam. Oh, Tina, we're talking about a lot of different stuff. Right now we're talking about the apologies that Zapril and Natasha made, or just addressed. I don't know, Susan. Who would you need to apologize to? That's up to you. You didn't listen to... Oh, the question. Oh, it's glitching? My question is, do you have anybody you need to apologize to? And how would you feel if you finally got the balls, or just to make things right, you apologize to them, but people just were like, they're not sorry. They're not sorry. And you're like, even whether you are or not, it's like you're still addressing it. So you cannot please people. You just can't. And that's what's wrong with the fucking world, is people get so set in their ways, they don't care. And that's why it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Be nice on your own fucking time. Because that's what I'm going to do. I've been taking a sip of my coffee in like 20 minutes. I need more caffeine. You're cleaning the bathroom at 12:30 a.m. So yeah, you're not apologizing to no one. You don't have to, and you won't. You're being selfish and stubborn. Lonnie, I could just picture you on your hands and knees right now, like, fuck that shit. When I'm done scrubbing this floor, I'm going to make some fucking ice cream, and I'm going to fucking bed. You don't have balls, but you do have balls of steel. Megan says, I apologize for myself, but not for anyone else. It's up to that person to accept it. Yeah, and even if they don't, like, I think apologies feel good, even if the other person's still going to be an asshole about it. They still just kind of lift. It's like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, okay? Tira says, I don't care who believes it. It's hard to apologize and admit you're wrong. Take it or suck it. I think the older I grow, it feels good to say when I'm wrong. But the problem is sometimes it takes a while for me to cool down. Ooh, cheers. Cheers, fooled me once. It takes me a while to cool down. And first of all, do not, because a lot of people will say, well, he's just emotional. Blah. I am emotional. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut the fuck up. Huh. Shut up. But like, it takes me a while to calm down, but that does not always mean it takes me a while to see when I'm in the wrong. It just means that it takes me a while to realize that maybe I responded in the wrong way, but you still a motherfucking asshole, mofo. Feel me? So get your shit right and don't do it again. Sorry. Sorry I was a dick. Sorry I called you mom a cunt. Sorry about that. Tina and Fan says, I saw Zav's apology, but not Natasha's. I truly feel Zav didn't mean to hurt anyone. She doesn't have children and enjoys true crime. It was not very thoughtful, but she didn't plan to. I agree with that. And also, like, I mean, Jesus. Chicken Lady put it perfectly in her video. If you guys didn't watch it, it is in my community post. Like, this is true crime. And we can click off of things. Now, I'm not blaming you guys for being offended, but, you know, a lot of you are offended and didn't even watch the videos that they put out. Hit a 1 if you have not seen the autopsy photo videos and you're offended. Aaron C says, not gonna lie, I'm very confused how to think of Zav and NC. I do think it re-victimized the family, but I'm not sure it was selling the photos so much as putting it behind a paywall for audiences. Well, as you guys know, Michael and I watched the Zodiac Killer documentary on that. And without warning, they showed us crime scene photos of the 16-year-old girl fucking murdered, 17-year-old boy, like everyone, without warning. And now I'm rewatching Night Stalker on, I believe, Netflix it is, with Michael, because he's never seen it. And there's so many dead bodies in that. And it's like, by watching that and supporting that, am I re-victimizing the family by watching that as entertainment, or I didn't know it was coming and it just popped up on the screen? So if I continue to watch and support that channel, am I contributing to re-victimizing these families that are going to have to see these documentaries and relive the situation? So where is the line? You know, where do the rules come into play that that's not right what they did, when all of us, and don't lie, you guys watch Netflix documentaries? Do you guys watch true crime documentaries, and you continue to support these channels, these television stations, these streaming networks? Dahmer, the TV series that reenacts it, makes it entertainment, and re-victimizes these families of the victims. Where do you draw the line? Where? Because I'd like to know. Because I have no fucking idea where your lines are. It's almost like you're scribbling all over the place is where you draw the lines. You honestly feel like Zav apology was, I have to do it to save my channel apology? It just seemed generated. And, you know, it probably partially came from that. And it probably came from a lot of different emotions of, you know, save your channel, save yourself, because we don't know. I don't think she did it to be terrible or, you know, a terrible vindictive person at all. So just to save and let people know, like, you guys, please, like, can we move on from this? I'm sorry. And, you know, whatever. Hey, Caitlin. By the way, I'm 2 days nicotine free, but I notice I get more, scotched now quitting, but I am doing the nicotine free vape. You wouldn't do it. Fool me once. You prefer to listen to crime than to watch it. Yeah, you never know what's going to come. It was private, not public, Michelle says. Susan M says Lori Vallow on Netflix is super good. Do they show crime scene photos on there? That's the workings of YouTube altogether. Colleen Ballinger apology video was one of the worst ones on here, to be honest. I haven't watched that yet. I am working on a project also that has to do with that, but I want to finish my Sally Ann one first, because I don't really have writer's block with that one. It's just kind of flowing. The other one, I have a little bit of writer's block, so it's going to take a little while to finish. Plus, I have to wait for a costume to come in for that one. So with kind of like what we were talking about, spirituality and all that, I know Natasha Cooper is a Sagittarius. What is Zav Girl? Because she celebrates her birthday on here. Anybody know what her sign is? and don't dox her. I mean, if it's, I don't think it's, you know, a lot of people celebrate their birthdays. Like you guys know, I'm a Gemini. We know Natasha Cooper is a Sagittarius. So hell, let's explain why these YouTubers, and maybe because I believe in Zodiac and how things are like with signs and shit like that. So applying this, my good friend Alicia LFT got me this book, Love Signs, of like how the signs interact with each other romantically and stuff like that. Oh, you're a Sagittarius? Bitch talks. Very interesting. Michelle's a Leo. You cannot look at any crime scenes or anything like that. So with that being said, Jen in Jersey, what do you do, or what do you think when you're watching a true crime documentary and all of a sudden these photos are posted up there? Because here's, I think, the problem that we're running into on YouTube, okay? I've heard these newscasters who have a lot of them have a less following or less views than the YouTubers that are covering true crime. And they will say, you know, just these YouTubers that are self-proclaimed true crime channels and blah, blah, blah. You know, everybody's self-proclaimed whatever on here, okay? It's YouTube. But these people that are pretending like as long as you have a degree or you've gone to school to be a news anchor, then it's okay to re-victimize the families and talk about it. And possibly make documentaries because you're a professional film person that does documentaries. So that's okay if you post crime scene photos, anything in those documentaries. Okay? But no degree, if you're morally against it, no degree is going to make it morally okay to you. So that's hypocritical in itself. So you're either okay with it, you're okay with watching Netflix or any other show, and you are okay. So if you're okay with that, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to say you look like a fucking idiot if you're saying it's not okay for these other people to do it. Oh, well, it's a certain age or it's no, fuck age, fuck that. There's family members of people of all ages that have passed away and been a victim of a crime. So age, maybe it makes it worse because, of course, it's hard losing children, but it's hard to lose anybody and then see their dead body on a TV screen, okay? So if you're okay seeing adults that are dead or whatever, but you're not okay with it, like, fuck you. That's what I have to say, because it's selective outrage, in my opinion, and it doesn't make any sense. So if you support all these other channels and movie makers and all this that do documentaries professionally that are showing all of these crime scene photos and all that kind of shit, then I don't want to hear you complaining about anything else because you simply don't like a fucking YouTuber. And then you start a whole hate campaign so everybody else hates them too. Hey, Nitra, love you. Hey. You actually watched The Toolbox Killer on Now TV, and they showed photos but covered them. They didn't play the tapes, thankfully. I've heard the tapes on YouTube. Hey, hold on a minute. If I remember correctly, and correctly if I'm wrong, didn't The Glare play the Toy Box Killer's audio tapes? If I remember correctly, he did. Am I right with that? Hit a 1. Did anybody hear that? This is way back in the day. I believe I remember him talking about that case. I believe so. Yes, he did, Lonnie? Okay. Huh. Well, let's take a look at who the Toy Box victims were. Give me just a moment, please. I want to see if any of these victims were underage. Okay. Because, I mean, by playing that would re-victimize the family, right? Let's take a look. Toy Box Killer victims. Let's just go ahead and archive the list. Okay. Oh, wow, 1999. Trying to find an actual. Holy shit! He captured and killed 60 women with homemade torture, by the way. Okay. You haven't watched The Glare in a hot minute. I thought they were burned. Never heard of the toy. It's the Toy Box Killer. It's a very, very disturbing case where I didn't know it was 60 women. Some of them got away, by the way. But he would kidnap them. He would tie them in a room, and he would play a tape. It's an audio tape. When they would wake up from whatever, he'd push play on this tape that would play in the room, kind of like the movie Saw is the way I picture it. They were tied up. He would do things with them, sexual and all sorts of stuff. But he would tell them on that tape exactly what his plans were to do with them. So can you imagine the horror, waking up tied and him telling you, I'm going to do this with you. You're going to do this for me, sexually. This is going to happen. And if you try to escape, I'm going to make sure that it fucking hurts. And I don't remember the details, but it was basically waking up to a set of rules like, you're going to be my bitch. And it was disgusting. And listening to the audio, which, yeah, I mean, I do remember. And I think Misery, I don't want to confuse and I don't want to get it wrong, but I'm pretty sure The Glare, Lonnie said he did too, and I'll have to get back to you on this one just to hear, maybe if it's still on his channel, but he played this audio. And hold on a minute. Holy shit. No. Guess what? I believe the first time I heard of the Toy Box Killer was when I was a fucking Rambler. What? All these people that are outraged and they have the same shit, re-victimizing people, making them relive the fucking stuff. And by the way, whether you play something or not, whether you show a photo, just by hashtagging, listen bitches, just by hashtagging or putting the name of a victim in your title, looking at you, The Glare, I'm looking at all you bitches. Mommy Ramblings, everyone, even Natasha Cooper or me or Mexi or anybody, when you put that name in your title, you are re-victimizing or making that person have to relive if their family members are coming online and being like, oh my God, here's another one. You may not be going into detail, but you're making them relive that fucking shit over again. So I don't give a damn. All these people are outraged, but they re-victimize people all the fucking time because that's all true crime is telling a story about true crime, and that's going to re-victimize someone. So why does this person over here that's talking about a case and hashtagging shit, oh, I'm doing it in a respectful way. Oh, really? You're talking about a dead person in a respectful way, but you're still talking about it. So you're still re-victimizing people because you're bringing it to people's attention. So shut the fuck up. I need more coffee. Sorry. Tool, not Took. I thought it was the Toy Box Killer. It's the Toolbox Killer? Hold on. Toy Box Killer. It's Toy Box. So hold on a minute. This is him. This is the Toy Box Killer. Okay. See him? Can you imagine that on top of you? I mean, I probably had worse back when I was like a heavy-duty drunk. I would do anybody back then. You don't see that Natasha's a heartless scammer? No, lady cheating, because I have a personal relationship with her. Do you? You don't? You don't know her personally? Do you? Well, then why would you judge somebody if you don't know them personally? Just going off what you see and hear, right? There are two. One is the Toy Box, and then there's Toolbox. Toy Box one was man. Toolbox were two men. Oh, okay. Annie. Was it Annie that talked about the Toy Box? Listen, all of them do. Yeah, he's smiling for his mugshot because he's a psycho. But I'm sure, I mean, his victims were of all, let's see, a 22-year-old, his father was a violent alcoholic, it says. I'm trying to get a list of the people that he would kill. I believe they were all only women now. Oh, one was a prostitute. I don't know if I've heard of the Toolbox one. They both had tapes. Oh, so they both played tapes for their victims. Okay. I'm going to have to look into the Toolbox one. But the way I found out about Toybox, I swear, and hold on a minute, if I Google the name Mommy Ramblings and a video pops up of the Toybox killer, hold on a minute. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Bailey Syrian. Oh, you guys like Bailey Syrian? She also played it too. Hey, Charlie Ann. So it's like, where do people like make these rules? You know, of it's offensive if you do this, but not that, and it's and then somebody apologizes and they have a freaking issue with it. To me, that's stupid. In the end, he uses his daughter to lure. Yeah, that's the Toybox killer, right? Because I remember that he would use his daughter to lure the victims in. God, can you imagine? That's terrible. There is Allison, a documentary on Tubi too of the Toolbox killers. Okay. Toolbox killers killed young women between the ages of 12 and 19, if I remember correctly, Bitch Tot says. That's terrible. But do you see what I'm saying? I mean, if you're watching anything that has to do with the loss of your loved one and you turn on YouTube or Netflix or whatever it is, in some way, shape, or form, that's going to make you relive what's going on or what's happened. So either way, I mean, it's you probably after like years of therapy or whatever it helps to help your brain, you're gonna like try to avoid triggers. Just like, you know, if you're quitting smoking, you're going to stay away from social circles that are like they're standing in a circle smoking. You're not going to want to like walk right into the fire and, you know, until you're strong enough to do that. Now, again, I'm not blaming victims' family members for, you know, seeing this or being upset, because of course that's going to hurt and that's their right. But if you're quitting drinking alcohol and you know someone invites you to a party and it's just people drinking, you know, you're not going to want to go there. That's going to put yourself in a really tough position where you're going to see alcohol, you're going to be tempted, you might even drink. Who knows? But you're going to go through hell. So I kind of look at it the same. Is you already know, news outlets are bad enough. You're seeing it on the news all the time, people talking about your tragedy. And you also know it's going to be online. It's going to be in forum groups. It's going to be on Reddit. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be everywhere. Even TikTok now has like true crime on there. So you're going to want to avoid and stay away from places that are going to be triggering and are probably going to have some things that really you don't want to see or even hear. And unfortunately, I see a lot of people that are outraged about what just recently happened that support true crime channels that really allow people to relive their trauma by simply talking about it. So to me, it's the same. East Coast Beauty says, I agree with you, Robbie. The outrage is only for certain creators who make the rules around here because they keep changing. Yeah, and to me, there should be no rules, unless you're bullying and harassing people and using it and laughing at it. Like, yeah, I would disagree with that. That would be terrible. But I mean, to me, it's so stupid. I mean, that's really the only word that I can think of when people are upset that they're bringing up these controversial photos in true crime. And trust me, there's a lot of people that I've seen being outraged about this that I know personally that love looking at fucking crime scene photos. Like, and I can't do that, but they love it. It's interesting to them. They love the gore, the mystery, all of it. And I'm like, what? It's weird to me. And I feel like it is selective because, a lot of these people already don't like those creators. you know. You can't wait for new glasses. You keep messing up typing. Hold on, let's see what you said, Caroline. You think it's the way the true crime creator. I'll wait to see what you type. How about all the TV series like 48 Hours, Dateline? You've been watching them over 10 years. Exactly. And you know what? They may not have all the gore. What about, what do you guys think about how they reenact the first time that actually happened with the Sharon Tate murders was actually a reenactment. I believe it was a clip from a movie about the Manson family. Am I glitching? Because my signal thing just turned on. Let me make sure I'm not glitching. Hit a 1 if it's okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Peach. Oh, I kind of skipped? Okay. Yeah, my little signal thing popped up. Morning, Elizabeth. So the first time I saw what happened with the Sharon Tate murders and the LaBianca murders, it was a reenactment like movie, and they showed everything. They showed the sound effects of the stabbings, the gore, the everything. So don't you think, because you know you guys are interested in watching that. Don't even tell me that you're not. Okay, you're interested to see, ooh, I want to see what they think happened, or we could see it live, even though it's actors. It gives us an idea. Well, can you imagine the victims' families watching that? Reliving Helter Skelter, exactly. Reliving that and actually having to watch and see this actress scream and get stabbed to death. That's also re-victimizing, right? So where the fuck do you draw the line? My personal opinion, and this is only my personal opinion from knowing and having personal friendships, if you want to call them that, relationships with these creators outside of YouTube, all of them. I've had interactions or friendships with, even with Zab Girl, with Natasha Cooper, with The Glare, with Mommy Ramblings, or anybody else that's outraged, even follow, like subscribers, viewers, stuff like that. And the people talking about it and like outraged, putting their name in their title, outraged, and, you know, seeing Mommy Ramblings look into the camera, and to the families of, you know, Gannon, I am here and this channel welcomes you and will never hurt you. Like it's a sales pitch. And their sales pitch is Natasha's bad, Zab Girl is bad, I'm a hero, I'm talking about you, come over to my channel, and I'm just going to keep tagging you until you see what a good person I am. That's my opinion. That's my fucking opinion. And if you have like this huge problem, do you guys ever like think of like reaching out to Natasha, you creators, and being like, hey, I disagree with this. Can you explain to me? No, you wanted to do it publicly, of course. You think if the families are okay with it, Robin? What if they're not? You can see and agree with both sides, Megan. Morning, T. Adams. What is T. Adams saying? Hold on. Oh, you're awesome, T. Adams. The new Jeffrey Dahmer series had the families upset, but everyone watched. Boom! Were you on Zab Girl's panel with KK and Mexi? KK? Oh, you're talking about Kim? I forget her channel name. Back in like the Watts days, I don't remember what we did with Zab Girl. Something. I can't remember what it was. I think it was paranormal stuff or something like that. Natasha showed crime scene photos on Patreon, and there's outrage. Wow. Yeah, but like it's all over. So thank you for saying that, Renee, because Jeffrey Dahmer, like, wasn't that like #1 on Netflix? I couldn't watch past the first episode because at the end of the episode, you see that guy's head in the refrigerator. Hello, even though it's a reenactment and it's acting, that is showing in art form the head of a fucking victim where their family is out there probably watching, or hopefully they're not watching, but they're going to have to see that. You're re-victimizing the fucking family by supporting that. So are you for it or are you against it? To me, I mean, I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your boss. But it makes you look like not a very credible fucking person because you're picking and choosing what's okay to do, what's okay to talk about, what's okay to show. But then you're doing the same fucking bullshit by either promoting or watching these documentaries or even talking about true crime yourself. Absolutely, Elizabeth Anderson. It is all a part of true crime. Hence the word crime, you know. Oh, you need to see Dahmer? I couldn't watch past the first episode. Yeah, Dose of Reality. I don't remember what we did, but I've always had good interactions with Zap Girl. She was always nice and respectful. Anytime I've seen her true crime, she's been respectful. So, you know, when she does makes a mistake or a poor decision or whatever it is, you know, it doesn't matter if she apologizes or not. People are going to be fucking assholes either way. So I could understand if someone's like, fuck you, I didn't do it to hurt people, so kiss my ass. That's my personal opinion. They don't even really have proof of people purchasing the said photos. Well, I believe what Zap Girl said, Boo Boo Kitty Meow, is that during the case, she did a FOIA for case files a long time ago, and I don't even think she was aware that the autopsy photos came along with it, is what I got from what she said. Victims from Jack the Ripper are still being shown. Yeah, any true crime photo, any story, even talking about them being deceased. And let me remind you, the majority of these people that talk about the newer cases that are still active or very fresh to the victims' families, these people tag and talk about those fucking victims every single day on their channels. Every day, because they're like, ooh, this is getting my channel a lot of traction. Ooh, I'm going to talk about it again. Ooh, but what am I going to talk about tomorrow? Because I've already talked about the entire case. Ooh, and then they come up with some way to keep it fucking going every single day. And yes, Mommy Ramblings has done that, and a lot of these fucking creators have every single day because it's bringing traction to their channel. But man, do you hit a jackpot when you can have outrage about somebody doing something more controversial than you're already doing on your channel. So why not attack Natasha Cooper and Zap Girl? Because that's going to be the popular thing to do, and it's going to make you look like a good person and get you subscribers until they find out how shitty of a person you are and unsubscribe. And that is the truth. Tagging victims in a video that has nothing to do with the case. I've seen many people do that a million times. Yes, I have. Some of these channels wait until another creator makes a mistake so they can trash them. Absolutely. And people have even done that to me. They still, look, I've been really trying to not argue with people on here and just voice my opinion more respectful, because I realize life is more comfortable like that. And don't think for a second I haven't seen, I'm not even going to say, you bitches, you know who you are. If you think I'm talking to you, that's because I am, making videos about me still and tagging me. Guess what, bitch? I'm enjoying my life, and I'm trying not to get down and dirty with you bitches because it just makes me miserable. And I just don't like it. And it makes things more shitty and ugly and more toxic towards each other. So I find it more therapeutic and more, just has a better outcome if I can voice my opinion in a more respectful way. And that's called growth. Are you proud of me? Oh, and by the way, I just want to remind you guys, because I'm going to have to get off of here in 20 minutes or so. If you've noticed that I have dropped my membership on your channels, anybody, unless I'm gifted one, okay, let me just explain what's going on in my life right now. Really good stuff, but we can't even use our fucking debit card right now because our move and building a home. I didn't know that lenders look at everything you fucking spend. And Michael's like, no, we really need to crack. I literally, hold on a minute. I have an allowance right now. Look. I never carry cash. I feel like a fucking weirdo criminal walking into places of business now being like, I only have cash. This is my allowance today for, look. I have $10 for the day. Because we can't be like spending weird stuff right now on our debit cards and little weird charges and stuff. Because when you're buying a home, they like they look at your shit really closely for like 2 months. So I almost feel like I'm camping. I feel like I'm camping! Every day I'll eat like a bag of chips for lunch. But it's for a good cause. So if I removed my memberships to your channel, they'll be back eventually. Our lender is auditing and looking very closely at our fucking bank account. But our home has walls and ventilation now and stuff, so it's coming along. Do what you gotta do. Thank you. I just didn't want people to get fucking offended, you know? So anyways, did anybody have anything else to add to that? Or No, Susan, you don't have to send me. We have money, but like right now, like, well, and also Michael just switched things around in his life, so we're like catching up on stuff. But I never carry cash. Now I'm carrying cash, and it's so weird not like just put my debit card in the machines at the fucking. It's just weird, and we're like biting down on money right now and stuff. So, but it's for magical reasons. Okay. Rita says, you make valid points here, Robbie. I think a lot of people are still mad at Zav over the Upchurch live she did with him giving oxygen to the horrible conspiracy theories they entertained. So yeah, it's personal things, or people are already biased towards Zav or Natasha, and you know. Robin Swan says, I'm offended that you think we will be offended by the supposed offense of you offending. Well, you know how people are. I just don't want people to get the idea of like, oh my God, does he not support? Does he not like me? No, we're just being cheap right now. We're living very fucking cheap. Okay? Our fur family is growing and all that. And by the way, Robin Swan, I'm sorry again I should have messaged you privately when I said, is it true you called the cops on Natasha? She did not call the police on her, and I was just, she made a community post about it and stuff. So I just wanted to clear that up again for you, Robin. Okay? Exciting time in your lives, yes. You think a pillow fight would make up for it? Okay, I could go for a pillow fight. You see my ring light in my eyes? That's not a ring light. That's the aliens coming down. There's something they're not telling us. Their opinions, though. You just skip those. You don't mind what people do. It's not my thing, and don't tune in. I like that. Like Joyce Meyer says, our lives would be a lot more, what does she say? We would be a lot more happy, and our lives would be enjoyable if we minded our own business. You hope Zav really takes a sensitivity course and let us know how it helped her. See, and to me, thank you for bringing that up, Rita. Because to me, like, I mean, yeah, I think we could all use a little sensitivity training. Hey, Megsy, but I think that's going a little bit too far. To me, I think learning a lesson, and again, I don't think Zav Girl did anything to be mean or spiteful to begin with. It's great that she made an apology. But I think her intentions were good either way. So I don't even think she needs sensitivity training. I think it proves that she doesn't need it just by being able to not have a big ego enough to apologize shows that she cares enough to address it and apologize. So that tells me she doesn't need it. If she's taking sensitivity training to better herself or, you know, address true crime or stories in the future a little bit better, then great, good. That's awesome. And we could all use that. But I don't think she needs to be on probation or people need to hold shit against her and prove, well, fuck that shit. Hell fucking no. I think it's bullshit. And she, in my personal opinion, if somebody told me I needed sensitivity training, I'd be like, well, guess what, bitch? You need to stop fucking talking shit because you're the fucking one pissing me off to begin with. So tell me about fucking sensitivity training one more fucking time and see what the fuck happens. Exactly, Laura. They're all fucking hypocrites. Everybody, Laura's been in true crime for how fucking long, Laura? How long? And people get mad. Listen, people get mad if the angle of your camera is freaking wrong. Okay? Look at, I streamed my wedding on YouTube and people had negative shit to say about it. You cannot please everyone. I'm not going to apologize for marrying a hot man, first of all, bitches. That's your fucking problem that you can't land a hot one of yourselves. Okay? People threatening her too. Yeah, and whether they were or not, of course that's going to bring people to threaten people. That's just like when people throw the P word around on here. Say, oh, he's a P word, or he's a creeper, or whatever. You're putting somebody in a dangerous situation by doing that simply because you have a different opinion of them that is negative. And what I find on here is really interesting also, because you don't really come across people like this outside of YouTube, because they would get slapped right across the fucking face. Is if you disagree with somebody, they make it their life's mission to make other people hate you as much as they do. And so they like go at you really hard. And it's so fucking stupid, because if somebody did that in real life, they'd get tripped down a fucking flight of cement stairs right in the middle of the fucking winter time and make sure that it's real slippery and there's some sharp shit at the bottom of those stairs. That's what people would fucking do to people like that outside of YouTube. Not saying I would, not making threats. You're mad about my wedding because there wasn't enough smooching? Somebody got mad because I grabbed my husband's ass while I kissed him during the wedding. Oh my God, look how disgusting. I didn't know where else to grab. He has a nice ass. I was nervous. I was getting married. I just grabbed his fucking ass. Who cares? All the fake outrage. Queen Bee is the very real tragedy. Pimp 10 to Life did the same thing. Laura, did you? Because I heard the Toy Box Killer from many different people. I think you covered it as well. But people playing the audio even of the Toy Box Killer, these people are like, that's re-victimizing people. Well, then they're fucking doing the same thing, because all you're doing is showing evidence or parts of a true crime case while you're talking about it. So whether you're talking about it, showing a picture, playing audio, playing a video, if these people have a problem with that and they're saying it's re-victimizing other people, well, then they're doing the same fucking thing. And if I remember correctly, I believe, Laura, and maybe you would know, didn't the Glare play the Toy Box Killer's audio? I believe he did. Hey, Brittany. Whatever Laura's take is on anything, it's always wrong. We are so used to it. Oh, because you're saying people are saying that all the time, or you're actually being mean to her? Oh, see, she says they all played the audio. So don't you think... Listen, I don't care. This is why I said to begin with, I didn't have a problem with what a Natasha and Zab girl did. And people are like, well, you don't have kids. Well, either way, I mean, it's true crime. You're going to play or show. Oh, she's not being mean. Okay, good. You're just going to show evidence and stuff like that. So if people that are against showing these autopsy photos, if they've ever played or even shown a picture of a crime scene without the dead body there, you're still showing the picture of where the crime happened. Or you're playing audio of somebody who listened to it probably before they got murdered or escaped, because I think Toy Box Killer had some people escape. But you're playing that tormented fucking audio that was terrible for these people to listen to, but you're supporting that, but you're not supporting the other one? Come on, give me a fucking break. You've been saying for months Queen Bee and her brigade have started a crusade that will end this community as we know it. The dominoes have begun to fall. I don't really watch Queen Bee. I have a number of times, but I can't. There's people over there that I'm just like, there's some shady people that I've had my own experience with. Yeah, you could say what you think, fool me once. But my personal opinion is you have all these people that call, okay, here, it's like a food chain. Look at it like this. So you have somebody like, let's say Laura, since she's here, you have Laura talking about true crime or whatever. Maybe she puts people's names in the title or whatever. That's what she's talking about. So people say, oh, she's a tragedy pimp. But then they use Laura's name nonstop to get popularity and growth on their channel. And then maybe somebody has so it's like the food chain. So you don't have a problem using Laura's name for views, or even using the victim. A lot of people will use the victim's name and the tragedy pimp's name in the title. Like, oh, they're so terrible. Really? Well, then why are you even putting that fucking dead person's name in your title? I see what you're doing. It's hypocritical. So if you have a problem with that, then you should have a problem with you building up views based on somebody who you think is a tragedy pimp, because you're also getting them more attention. So you're actually helping. It's stupid. To me, the best way to boycott somebody, or the best way, is to not even click like or click on their video or get it in the algorithm at all. And shut your fucking mouth. That's how you get somebody not watched. You don't give them the view and pop them into your algorithm. Aka says, I've known you since the old recliner days, but been following you for a short time, and let me wish you and your husband nothing but love and blessings and a long sex life. You just, thank you. Two sides of the same fucking coin. Laura's been the only consistent brave voice. Yeah, and Laura don't give a fuck what people think. And when she does and she rips into you, it's hilarious. It's funny. Fool Me Once says, I think every family should be asked permission to share those photos. It's reasonable to think like I do. I do agree with that. So, and like, to me, until there was a rule that says that, or like some sort of way to keep private information from the public, then yeah. But it's not like that right now. So it'd be very hard, just like if documentaries, or if you want to make a movie, let's say one day somebody wants to make another movie about the Chris Watts case, but they don't want it to be like what was it on Lifetime? They want it to be more detailed and graphic. They want to make it rated R, and they want to make it intense and like a thriller. So they want to throw in the gore into the movie, and they want to throw the detail and the violence and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm sure if they ask permission about how somebody felt about it first, they already know what that answer is going to be, and it's going to be no. But if it's legal and they can do it, and they can get around it, and they can still make their movie, then they're going to fucking do it. And to me, it's like, yeah, that would be traumatizing for Shanann's family or anybody else's or anybody watching. But we do have a choice to watch or not. As long as people are doing things that they're allowed to do, it's legal and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, you may think it's morally wrong. But again, if you think something is morally wrong, you just don't fucking watch it. Just like I hate watching, my brother used to like, what is that? It's some Faces of Death. It's like a series he used to rent on VHS tape. Him and his friends would sit around. It's really gory, real life shit, like how people dying in an electric chair. Like, it's like the Faces of Death. It's gory, real crime scene kind of shit. And people actually watch that. And it's sold. Hit a 1 if you have ever watched Faces of Death. I don't want to see you hitting a 1 if you've ever had a fucking problem with anything going on in these streets. Seeing the results of murder can possibly detour people. Well, and it's also like porn for serial killers, but I mean, what isn't? You know? You eat bed all of them? Oh, hybrid, she's doing, you're on Robbie's. I came here to watch Robbie. I don't watch Laura. Well, we all go wherever. We're all going to run into each other somewhere. Fool Me Once said, yeah, I understand it's part of your American law's public information. We don't have that over here. You must ask for permission from the concerned people next from the courts. Oh, and until it gets to that point, then, as Americans, we really can't, do anything about it. I personally, that's going to happen in true crime or in movies and horror movies. We will watch somebody get stabbed and ripped to fucking death in a movie and be like, oh, well, it's fake. No, that shit happens in real life too. So we're paying to go see like a movie where somebody's getting stabbed to death, or all of you crazy bitches who like watching the Saw movies. Okay, that's way too over the top for me. If you are willing to sit and pay for someone to be tortured in a movie, but it's just fake, think of all the the families of the victims who have been killed in the same manner or tortured in the same manner, who you are re-victimizing while you sit there and eat your Twizzlers and your fucking popcorn in the recliner seat in the movie theater. So I don't want to hear you bitching about nothing. Sitting there reclining back in your movie theater being a little fucking hypocrite little bitch. I don't want to hear your shit. Hey, Tia. Love you, Tia. Morning, Melhawks. I love you. But and even though it's fake, yeah, Laura, even though it's fake and it's staged and it's a script, it's still it's somebody has died like that in real life. If you're watching a movie of, let's say, like I've seen movies, what was at the beginning of the movie, The First Wives Club? Okay, great movie, by the way. It's like a comedy, but it's also has sad moments. Their fucking friend jumps off the roof of a building in that movie and dies. Okay, so while you're sitting there with popcorn, it's not a horror movie, but you're re-victimizing. If you have a problem with re-victimizing, you're re-victimizing the families and loved ones of everyone who's ever jumped off a fucking building. I don't care if it has Goldie Hawn, Bette Midler, and that stupid fucking annoying bitch Diane Keaton, which I can't stand, by the way. Her and her fucking suspenders. You don't own me. I'm not just one of your little toys. Ba 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 ba. Great movie, but you're re-victimizing people by watching the beginning of that movie. All of you. So don't give me your bullshit excuses. You watch The Last House on the Left, original one, shit's fucked up. Is that where the parents get revenge on someone who killed their daughter and they torture the shit out of them? I think I watched the remake of that movie, and they cut off the man's leg and so they cut his leg off, but they want to torture him. They don't want him to bleed to death. So you know what they do to keep him alive and torture him? They take a fucking iron and they melt his skin on his leg so it covers up the bleeding so he doesn't bleed to death and he feels the burn. So what about you bitches who are sitting there watching the movie Misery? But maybe your husband or your child got kidnapped and they were tortured by somebody as crazy as fucking Kathy Bates. But you're sitting there just eating up your fucking mini Reese's Pieces, watching Kathy Bates put a man's foot into wood and just beat the shit out of him and torture him. You re-victimizing fucking hypocrites. Laura says someone has to have the balls to stick up for her. Who better than someone who deals with hate? You're down almost 65 subs too. I'm like, bye. Who gives a fuck, Laura? Fuck them. If people do that, even when you get in an argument with somebody, I've had people literally remove me from Facebook or unfollow my channel, or remove their membership, blah, 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 simply because I get in a fight with a mutual friend, but they don't have the fucking balls to come to me and tell me, hey, I have a problem. They just go. But then when they fall out, the other person, they come running back. Here's what I say to you bitches that are ever going to do that. Because the older I get, the older I grow, I'm getting smarter. I will always forgive you, but don't you ever fucking come around again. Understood, head of wood? Just for that, I'm rejoining your Patreon. Everybody go join fucking Laura's Patreon right now. And go buy yourself a candle. Laura, will you make a candle with me on the front lighting shit on fires? And it says, let's burn this bitch to the ground. You should make a candle with that. Anyways, I gotta go in a minute. I've overspoke. I didn't even get to one part that I was going to talk about because I talked too much and I apologize. You only used to like fantasy horror like vampires, etc. Luckily, that's not happened. At least, okay, here's another thing. Even if you watch fantasy vampire movies, you guys know that Dracula is actually based off of the real life fucking sociopath Vlad. I think his name is Vlad Tepes. And he was like, I think they called him Dracula or something. He would murder people like in war, and he would put their head on a stick. It was almost like a trophy to him. Look at this bitch. Look at this little bitch. That's my brother-in-law. Look, I always touch his genitals while he's walking. Hold on, let's see how many people Vlad Tepes killed. Hey Siri, how many people did Vlad Tepes kill? See if his body counts as big as yours, butthead. Vlad the Impaler. Yep, here it is. Ha! Holy crap. I didn't know it was this many. Anybody want to take a guess of how many people he killed? Anyone? The count. 1, 2, 1, 2, no, 3, no, 4, no, Imbalanced hormones can drive to murder. Was he on methamphetamines like Hitler? 6, nope. More than you have, Robin? No, way fucking more than you have. Holy shit. He's killed more people than some people have subscribers on here. He did it to keep people from his IBS. Oh, from... He killed him because he had IBS. From IBIS property, they were like a fence. He built a fence out of dead bodies? No, it's not 145. Vlad the Impaler is estimated to have killed 80,000 to 100,000 people. He earned his name from his favored form of execution. He would impale prisoners on stakes and leave them to die. Oh, I don't even think it was their heads. He would just put them like a fucking shish kebab. He should be called Vlad the Shish Kebabber. Entire village. Oh my God. I bet they have crime scene photos of that. And if they don't, I remember listening to that in social studies. We had to read that in social studies because my highest level of education is 12th grade in high school, okay? So I'm a highly educated social studies stud, and they showed us in the book that he put their heads on sticks, and we had to see the pictures of that were drawn. So is that re-victimizing Vlad the Impaler's victims' fucking families or his ancestors? I don't fucking think so. This one's probably related to Vlad the Impaler by ancestry. Whores. Let's go, Brandon. Who's Brandon? Who's Brandon? Who's Brandon? Who is Brandon, by the way?
Biden?
Biden?
No.
You're supporting him?
No.
Why do you have that shirt then?
FJB.
Fuck Joe Biden? Oh, good for you. I knew I liked you.
He's so stupid, he thought people were chanting Biden when they were chanting Brandon.
Oh my God, what an idiot! Sorry to all you Biden supporters. Losers. Oh! Anyways, Studler. It's almost 2 a.m. in Australia. Yeah, it's almost 10 a.m. here. I gotta get in the shower. I'm gonna put on some Doja Cat. Fuck Joe Biden. So he thought people were saying, wait a minute, when they were saying let's go Brandon, he thought they were saying let's go Biden? Is that the issue here? He needs to get his fucking hearing checked. All I know was in Dracula he was hot. Ooh yeah. Have you guys seen the pictures of Winona Ryder on the set of Beetlejuice Part 2? And Jenna Ortega plays her daughter, and there's also photos of her in a wedding dress on set of Beetlejuice 2. Check it out. Check it out. Watch your ass. Your ass out of my face. He's always flirting. Told him, I married your brother because I was more in love with him, okay? There was a love triangle for a while. It really... How are you still heartbroken?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You being upset that I didn't choose you over your brother. I know how upset that
about that because I'm not gay.
Well, not publicly, anyways.
Never.
I mean, you have a Let's Go Brandon shirt on. You're definitely at least bisexual. Hey, Scotty. Scarlett! Scarlett! Love you, Scarlett.
Hi, Scarlett.
Oh, Butthead says, hi, Scarlett. I get told you look like Winona Ryder. I could see that a little bit, but you still remind me of Jade from Little Mix. I don't know why. I think it's your hair color and all that, like in the way you do your makeup. You definitely remind me of Jade. That's why he's in black robes. He is in the mourning. See? You're wearing all black because you're in mourning of our love loss. You're good at observing, Robin. Good for you. He's so upset. He's gonna make. You guys, guess what? We got Eggo Pop-Tarts that taste like butter maple Eggo waffles, and they're the best Pop-Tart I've ever had.
They're really not that good.
They don't downsell them. They are good. Don't listen to him. The banana bread ones aren't that good though. We got those ones too. Did you try banana bread yet?
No, I don't like banana.
You're in for a real fucking disappointment if you do. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna play before I go? That way, in case you guys haven't seen it, you're more excited for. Don't you ever touch my head like that! Violate my privacy again. In case you guys don't know what I'm making a sequel to, if you're not familiar with Sally Ann or Push Me Like It, you should check out Sally Ann. Her channel is Crafting with Sally Ann, and the sequel song that I'm making is a sequel parody. And yes, I do have Sally Ann's permission. And no, this is not attacking anybody. The if Biden forgives my student loans, then I'll let him sniff whatever he wants on me. He's a fucking creeper. Sue me. He's gross, huh? Yeah, I'm not a fan of his party because they're not nice to me, even though they pretend to support me and go to Pride and all that. They're liars! That's just my opinion, guys. Kitty is orange now? No, we have adopted yet another kitty. Long story. There's 2 of them down there now. The other one is Phoenix. And she's playing with... Yeah, he is weird, Scotty. So anyways, here is Push Me Like It. This is in my sequel song. The song is almost finished. It'll take me maybe like an extra week to do the music video because I need to put some thought into it, but it's going to be really funny. So here is Push Me Like It, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Okay. Goodbye.
Say, Robbie, can you hear me?
No.
I want to talk to Lycan.
No.
But first, you little C-U-N-T.
No.
Let me tell you. I've got more whiskers on my chin than you do on your entire scalp.
No.
You boyish little scalp. Now move. I want to talk to Lycan, bitch. Let's go! Push me Lycan. 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 You're just a little boy. So push!
Push me Lycan. Push me Lycan.
You definitely don't want to mess with the likes of me.
No.
Do you want to know why, Lycan?
No.
It's 'cause I'm a witch. That's right.
No.
I'm a witch.
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm a badass bitch.
Push me Lycan. 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 Push me Lycan.
You're not a man. So push!
Push me Lycan. Push me Lycan.
Say, Robbie, where's your hamster?
Reveal the hamster.
Where's the hamster?
Where the hamster?
Where's the hamster?
Where the hamster?
Where's the hamster?
Time's up, bitch. Reveal the hamster.
Do you like what you see, Lycan?
Like it Lycan.
Do I entice you, Robbie?
Entice the Robbie.
Do you want to come closer?
Close. Come close. Come
Do you
closer.
want to come closer?
Come close.
And push.
And push.
And push. Let's go! Let's go!
Push me Lycan. 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 Push me Lycan.
You're going to have to push to get me off of this platform. So push!
Push me Lycan.
No.